Welcome to the Beyond the Diagnosis podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Kylie Burton. If you have been told that your blood work is normal, yet you feel awful, well, this is the place for you, because whether you have a diagnosis or not, I'm going to teach you how to turn those normal labs into real answers, healing, and hope. So grab your blood work. Come join me. Here we go.
Hey, I'm back. It's just me today with a brand new series of episodes that are happening this month in October. Why? Because I wanted to bring you guys something special. I've been a mom and a practitioner on a mission. And I feel like that mission has almost come to its pinnacle. Because let me take you back in time to when I had a 9-month-old baby who was my first baby, and I was wanting so desperately to get up to the mountains. I love my Utah mountains, and it was in August of 2017. Yeah, because it's the same year that Easton was born, same year that I had moved back from Portland to Utah. So Easton was 6 months old at the time, and I go up. I finally get myself up to the mountains. It's me and my husband and my baby. My parents couldn't make it up there till like after dark. So I was like, I'm just gonna go up there. I'll be okay with the baby. And Andrew was going hunting, so I knew he was going to be gone all day long. Well, here's the thing. I love the mountains, but I don't like being in them by myself. I just don't. I never have, never will. I like to have people around me, not a baby. Okay? So I had Easton with me, but I'm sitting here at camp, and usually we're at this other place. Now, when we go camping, we go to the very top of the mountains. We're talking 11,000 feet, 10,000 feet. And we drag our trailer. I mean, we didn't have trailers then, so technically we were in our camping tent. We have trailers now, which are way amazing. But then we go up the mountains. We're super high up, and Andrew is off hunting, and I'm just like kind of moseying around camp by myself with my baby. And like I said, I don't like to go places. I don't like to hike out there on my own in the mountains. Andrew doesn't faze them, but it fazed me. So I thought, I'm going to stick Easton in his car seat, and I'm going to start the campfire because he can just lay in his car seat and he'll, be fine. Well, not 5 seconds later, he was flat on his face with the car seat had tipped over because I didn't think about the ground not being straight. It was arched in the mountains. We're on an incline, and one little move from him set his car seat forward. So all of a sudden, I have a screaming baby in the mountain by myself, and right down his forehead, there's just this giant mark, where he just, face planted into the dirt. Luckily, it was the dirt, not a rock. So ever since then, I've been on a mission. Then we come across to Hallie. And Hallie is currently 4 and speaks a lot better than she used to, but her vocabulary is probably less than 15 words, if I can even get over 10. So we have some speech delay. We've done all the testing. I had to all come back negative. It's just a matter of this little girl doesn't want to speak. She'll speak at some point, but it's not on my timeline or anybody else's timeline. Well, back up 2 years, and we were at a floor and decor store as we were renovating our old house. And to pick out this new flooring. I could see it coming, but I couldn't get there fast enough to prevent it. My little 2-year-old was trying to keep up with her 5-year-old brother, running down the aisles. And at the end of this one aisle, there was a cement bench, something that they put there for people to sit on. Well, luckily, the bench had a curved edge. Otherwise, our scenario would have been very different. Because Hallie, her legs got going too fast for her, and she went right into that cement bench about 4 feet from my outstretched arm, trying to grab food before she fell. Immediately, the brim of her nose and her eyes and her, right over her eyelashes, just this whole area just swells up, black, goose eggs. I mean, it was immediate. I grabbed her And I took off running to the front desk and to ask for some ice. I get up there, I'm like, does your break room have any ice? And I can see this instant reaction. Now, the reason why there wasn't a bigger problem was because it wasn't a 90-degree angle. It was curved. Otherwise, a 90-degree angle would have split the skin, and then we would have had to go in for stitches for something worse. So I just know, like, kids are kids. And that one scenario, I mean, it took her probably a month for the swelling to go down and the bruising to go away. Now I'm like, I didn't take her in because what were they going to do? Take an x-ray? You're not going to do anything. You just would know if it broke or not. And she's 2, it's going to grow. It's just a matter of do the sinuses and the cavities stay open. So that's in my mind. Now I also have a now 1-year-old. So I have a 7-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 1-year-old. The 1-year-old hasn't done anything drastic yet, but I know it's coming up because that's what they do when they're toddlers, so trying to figure out their body and figure out the world. So as a mom, I've been on a mission. 1 for my kids, 2 for me, and 3 for everybody else who lives in the world of 2024. Because 4 years ago, on that fateful March day, the entire world changed. Do I agree with it? Absolutely not. Is it reality? Yes, it is. So I can't tell you how many times my office would get a phone call or an email from a mom who was desperate in need of help with their teenage son or daughter who was suffering major anxiety and depression because their entire world got taken from them. All of a sudden, they were high school seniors or juniors or freshmen or sophomores. And there was no more graduation. There was no more dances. There was no more attending class. There was no more going out to eat. Friday nights, football games, or I guess it was March. So, like, what's in March? Track and field in my family. Even my youngest brother was running track at BYU. And, I mean, everything got stripped from them as a college athlete. Now, because of those events, we continue to see repercussions from it. And the anxiety, the depression, the unknown, the fear, that doesn't just affect 18-year-olds or 22-year-olds. It affects us 35-year-olds, 45-year-olds, 55, 65, 75-year-olds, because you have no idea what's going to happen this next month. And because of the next month, we know what's going to happen as a repercussion from it. And the swings the economy has experienced from 2020 to 2021 and so forth. There's just a lot that is on our plate, and our brains and our nervous system, they need more support than they ever have had before. Now, that said, I wanted to find something that could affect not only people my age, but in their 60s, and also those of them who are in their 4-year-old state of mind. My little 4-year-old going through some major anxiety right now. It happened just, one of these episodes happened an hour ago. If I'm not in the room or she doesn't know where mom is, it is a complete, utter catastrophic event. Now, she doesn't speak much, so I've had to train her. Hallie, if I'm not in the room, I need you to say mom. I need you to say it really loud so that I can reply back to you and you can hear where I am and come find me. There's been a time where I was going to the bathroom, like literally 3 minutes. Like, I'm a mom with young kids. You don't get much time in the bathroom. And I found her across the street at our neighbor's house, screaming on their front porch. So when I say to you, I see my kids and I see my family members, I experience me and my husband and patients and their families. It's just like, we need this more than ever. And now is the time that we need to do something for our nervous systems, our brain, and ultimately our mental health. Now, here's the thing. I'm very picky. I do not want to take a bunch of capsules. I have yet to be successful with that on a consistent basis. I can't tell you how many supplements I have in my cupboard that have been partially consumed. I'm sure you guys are the same way. All right. This one's different. It's a drink. And it tastes good. Now, I've taken green powders, and my husband has a whole bunch of powders, and ever since the day I met him, as a natural bodybuilder, he's had powders and a drink in his hand. Creatinine, glutamine, you name it. I've never been a fan of them. I've never drank them. I just needed to find what was right for me, and I found it. And I've been doing it for about 2.5 weeks now on a consistent basis, which is longer than I've ever made it before on anything else. Even if you take out all the pills and put them in their little pill cases and you get the, I just don't want to be a pill popper. So I needed something that tasted good, not a green juice I had to chuck down and I just had to drink it, force myself to drink it. No, I needed something to I could look forward to and not only enjoy the taste of it, but enjoy the benefits of it for my mental health, my mood stabilization, my anxiety, I'll never use that word for myself, but just the calming of the nerves at this unstable time. And as I'm recording this, Hurricane Milton is about to hit Florida. I know a lot of people in Florida. And it's just time. It's time that we do something for ourselves, for our own nervous system, and to protect not only our bodies, but the ones that we love. So, I want to introduce to you guys a supplement company called Amare. They are an MLM, multi-level marketing company. And before I get into this, I'm going to caveat, I swore I would never, ever, ever, ever do an MLM because I always had this idea in my mind, and I still think it's people say, well, I run my own business. Do you? Do you really? You've never had to create a product to sell. They create it for you. You get a whole bunch of content and all sorts of marketing tools to sell it. That I do know because now I'm part of this one. Yeah, there's a difference between the way I run a business and the way MLMs work. But that said, I was on a strict mission and I needed to find something that fit my mission. And I didn't care what kind of marketing platform it came with because technically MLM is just a marketing model. That's all it is. And it obviously works because these supplement companies don't just drift off and then disappear. No, I could start naming a whole bunch of them. doTERRA, Young Living. They're all an hour and a half away from my house in Utah County. So this Amare, they're called the mental wellness company. And they make these powders, these drinks called Happy Juice. Now, I've been taking the adult version of Happy Juice, and the kids version comes out this October of Happy Juice. And like I said, it's the one thing I've been consistent with, and I can't wait to get my kids on it and to get them protecting their nervous systems. Okay, so I'm gonna do this thing, and whatever comes of it, comes of it. I'm not interested in the numbers. I'm not interested in the climbing the rate. I'm not interested in anything like that. I don't even know what the commissions are behind it. I have no clue. I'm here to tell you what I found for my family, what I found for my loved ones and my friends and my patients and their friends and their families. Because 1, it tastes good. 2, it's very effective. And 3, I believe our nervous systems and our brains need support. So if you would like to jump in with me, I'd be honored. If you don't, that's okay too. If you want to give these things a try and subscribe, if you go down to the show notes here, you'll find my link to purchase. I'm just recommending, as of the moment right now, the adult Happy Juice and the kids Happy Juice. Now, this is something that we get to do for our families. Moms and dads, you guys get to do it too. Grandmas and grandpas, you guys get to do it too. As well as the grandkids and the kids. It's something that we can do for us as a whole. And heaven knows, after the last 4 years and whatever else is in store for the next 4 years, we need it. Now, a little bit of background here as far as the supplements and the company. I couldn't even tell you the guy's name. See, this is how, like, I just needed to find what solved my problems, and I found it, and I haven't really done extensive research as far as who's behind it, the creator, the ingredients, all the things. We'll get into that in the next episode. But I think the most important part is if you feel like your family needs some mental support, this stuff is game changing. This stuff is family friendly. This stuff is easy to consume. And I'm all about the easy button. Okay. So the show notes have the link on where you can purchase yours. If you're a practitioner wanting to check this out, more information is coming, but I'm not going to provide any of that till January of the next year. So right now I'm just going to see what happens and what results are coming from this. And if you want to be part of that, come on board and just see. I know, like I said, I've been consistent with it. And I feel like even though I've been quite fatigued due to a lack of sleep for the last year, it's given me that mental boost where I can, push through and finish out Q4 and have fun while I'm at it, right? That's the most important part. Okay. So Amare is the company, Happy Juice of the product. They have some for adults. They have some for kids coming out this month. Here's the fun part though. Because the kids stuff is brand new, they're doing a special launch where I believe you get 10% off for life, as long as you keep that prescription alive or that subscription alive. So 10% off for your kiddos. Grab some for you too, and let's get the whole entire family protecting their mental health. Heaven knows how many different ways we need it right now. So join my mission, join my cause, support yourself, support your kids while we're at it. I'm a mom on a mission, and I believe this is the pinnacle. So learn more in the show notes and on the future upcoming episodes. I'm Dr. Kylie. See you soon.
Hey, if you're new here, welcome aboard. If you're coming back, welcome back. I'm coming back as well. In fact, we're going to have new episodes every Wednesday right here on the Beyond the Diagnosis podcast. If you love what you just listened to and love what you've been listening to, I would be honored to have you leave a review. Leave it on the place where you listen to your podcast, so that way more people can find this podcast and get answers from their blood work as well. I'm Dr. Kylie, and I'll see you next week.